But look, so I was on a call the other day with the young lady, and it was a Caucasian lady, a white lady, right? And she started off the conversation. She said, well, I really don't want to offend anyone, but I just see it as God, he baked some just a little, and he overbaked some, and then he broiled some.
Wait, what?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am. Some of us are broiled, some of us are overbaked, and some of us are just cooked maybe just a little bit. But
no, so we're food now. Okay.
But look, I really was not offended. I've learned that offense is something you take, and I didn't take offense to it, even though it was very offensive to some, because some of the people on the phone were offended. But I didn't take the offense because I realized in order for us to have authentic, you know, real, honest conversations about what's going on, we're going to have to put our rocks down and really hear maybe the heart behind what the person said. So what do you all think? Should I have been offended? Would you take offense?
I mean, I'm offended. I mean, because I don't like it as being cooked, baked, broiled, and fried. So I am offended, absolutely. And I probably would have been offended on the phone, and I probably would have said something in reaction to that. And I'm learning not to react, but rather to respond. So I just feel like, you know, some things you just shouldn't say.
Yeah, she was kind of cool or something.
Yeah, that's so, I'm sorry, Kim.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Monique.
No, I was just going to say, you know, when you were saying that, it actually reminded me when I was an executive and I worked with all Caucasian people, and they would always say something offensive, and they say, Monique, but you don't count because we're not talking about you. And I think that we have all become way too flexible with people saying anything without correcting them. I think that, yes, you can have your opinion, but I think that that's not an opinion. I think that that's a judgment, and whichever way she was coming from. And I think the reason why we continued on so long to be in these places is because everything gets brushed off. Mm-hmm. Well, it's wrong, it's offensive, and it should be stated so. Mm-hmm. And that can be done politely.
Yeah, and I think that's where communication comes in, because she probably, if she had Dr. DeeDee on there, she probably thought she was just saying something, not even really realizing what you're saying is really offensive. So I think you're right. We're just at a point now where we got to communicate in love and say, hey, like, bruh, you can't be saying that. Like, think about what you said, you know?
Like, I'm going to save you from getting cocked. So I'm gonna be your friend.
Or call the Karen.
Yeah. We did address it and told her it was not something good to say, but my point or position is, it's like we get so offended by everything everyone says without giving them an opportunity to communicate. You know, we want to stone them before we can even hear the whole matter. And so for me, I just didn't take offense.
You're not like, you kind of take everything. You're not very offensive.
I'm a real Christian.
I understand that perspective, but when little subtle things like that ends up being the New York situation of the park, where she went into an extreme perspective of pretending in the most horrific way that she was being attacked by a black man, her and her dog. And so you have to stop the subtleness of all this.
And so listen to this, to that point, I agree 100%, because there was nothing subtle about that. Right. That was y'all baked and probably
But I mean, she said she was undercooked.
And yeah, we're jealous because we wish we had your color.
Okay, so all right. So let me just say this. Maybe this is where we educate, because I do feel that I've gotten, obviously, like many of us have, so many emails and text messages, and I'm so sorry, you know, I stand with you in solidarity. And I believe those emails and text messages. I received them exactly the way they were sent. So I don't look at them as, now you sending it. I don't feel that way at all. But when I hear a comment like that, I received that the way it was sent too. And so I think that our job, to Monique's point, is stop letting things be brushed off and address it in the moment. And let them know this is why this is not good. And you probably don't want to say it around somebody else because you might get your block knocked off.
Right, because it could be a different reaction. And then that causes all different types of things.
Absolutely. But I mean, it wasn't a thing that it wasn't addressed, because it was addressed. I'm just saying I didn't take it personally. I wasn't offended, you know, by what she said. It was like, because offense can lead to other things.
Yeah.
I'll just be glad when it's not about the race conference, like when it doesn't have to be in order to make people think that that's going to bring people together. Joking about it doesn't bring us together.
That place. I would love to believe that, but I don't know if we will ever get to that place.
No, we will continue to be a work
in progress.
You know, especially when it comes to race relations, because we've dealt with them for so long. So
silently, though, based on conversations like that.
That's right. That's right. That's right.